What you baking? What you baking? What you baking today? What you baking? What you baking? What you baking today? In the kitchen, baking cookies or maybe a cake. Good evening, everyone. I'm back so that I can demonstrate the wonderful, simple instructions to delicious, absolutely delicious Chicago. I call it Chicago because that was my first experience tasting these delicious butter cookies that only require four simple ingredients. They just kind of melt in your mouth. They're kind of like the old school Chicago, west side of Chicago butter cookies. I'm certain that other sides of Chicago and other areas of the world experience this phenomenon. But as a little girl, my parents would give me a quarter. No, I didn't do anything productive with the quarter. I bought 5 butter cookies because they were a nickel a piece. And so because of my love for butter cookies, I decided I wanted to be able to make it myself. Before I decided to do this on my own, which was approximately last October. Up until then, whenever I had a taste for a little nostalgia, as I would call it, I would ask my aunt to bake them. So I asked my aunt to bake those cookies. Sorry for the interruption. It's technology. Sometimes it feels like a nut. Sometimes it don't. So I have no control over it. So if it stops, I'll just start over from where I left off. So I decided to go ahead and ask her to bake them for me, and to give me her recipe. I'm sorry, so that I can attempt to bake it myself. So the first time I did it, it was okay. I was happy and pleased with myself simply because I baked some cookies. But when she gave me more instructions, it's not always just about the ingredients, but it's about the kind of ingredients. I should say the manufacturer of ingredients. So if you're going to make this recipe, you definitely want to buy the best ingredients you can. But again, it's only 4 ingredients. And one thing that's pretty simple is the flour. It's just all-purpose flour. So you just, for a large batch, you would take 2 tablespoons of vanilla. You would take 3.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of confectioner sugar. You can try granulated sugar, but I promise you it will not be the same. And you take, yes, 4 sticks of butter. Now, you can take unsalted butter or salted butter. It's really your preference. But the key, I'm sorry, but again, technology. The key to the butter is to make sure that it's whipped really good. The butter must be whipped really well. If it's not, it will not be the same. I want to see if you can see that. See all that deliciousness? It must be light and fluffy. That butter has to be light and fluffy. So until that mixture, I'm going to add, but I'm going to make a 1.5 batches. So I'm going to add a total of 5.5 1/4 cups of flour, a total of 2 1/4 cups of confectioner's sugar, 3 full teaspoons of vanilla, and I need 6 eggs. And that's what I'm going to do. One moment. Okay, now I've gone ahead and I've greased my pans for the Chicago butter cookies. We had a huge, well, it's not that big. It's about 4 dozen orders of butter cookies. We also had some peanut butter cookies and some lemon meltaways, but I just decided to show you the butter cookie process. So then once they're done, just kind of want to let you see how they look. They look. You just go ahead and see that? You press them out. And it looks almost like they've been baked. I mean, not really, but the way they look now is how they'll look when they're done, except they will be brown around the edges. And typically they take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes It just kind of depends on the size of the cookie, how many you have on the pan, so on and so forth. Your oven, all of that plays a part. So this is our process for Chicago style cookies, butter cookies. They really melt in your mouth and not in your hand. Again, 4 simple ingredients. In this day of age, you want to find things that you can do at home for the family that are healthy. Of course, you can do something, probably you can substitute the butter for something else. It may taste a little different, but if you want to be on the healthier side, you're more than welcome to do that. But again, you use flour, confectioner's sugar, butter, whether it's salted or unsalted, and of course you can find something and replace the butter. And I'm sure you can use a sugar substitute if you like. It's up to you, but I want that old-fashioned nostalgia. Give me the butter, give me the confectioner's sugar, and then I always like to use pure vanilla. The vanilla extract gives it an aftertaste. And I usually stay with McCormick. I'm not plugging McCormick. It's just what I use. And those are the ingredients: butter, flour, confectioner's sugar, and pure vanilla. If you have any questions, you feel free to inbox us. We'll be more than happy to help you. If you are not sure of what amounts, we can share what amounts we use. But it should almost feel like clay, the mixture. So you want to kind of give a heaping cup of the flour if you want the right consistency to get that. Because you just take 3 fingers together and you push them down. You push your 3 fingers here and you push it down on the dough and it mashes right out. That's it. Let us know if you have any questions, and thanks for listening. What you baking? What you baking? What you baking today? What you baking? What you baking? What you baking today? In the kitchen, baking cookies or maybe a cake.